When you find yourself in an argument with a beloved person, what do? Do you react with self-protection, self-defensiveness? Are you building this wall around you? Or are you able to take, words that might hurt you at first in a constructive way? Hello everyone, my name is Doris Victoria, your personal empowerment and conscious millionaire coach. And today, in our today's video, I'm going to share with you some tools and hints and tips about how you can react, how you can consciously act in an argument or what feels like a fight with a very beloved person who maybe you feel unfairly treated. So today, as I said in this video, I will share my personal experiences and experiences from my work as a coach, from clients, about what could help you in such a situation. First of all, it's been a while. I'm back here in my beloved West Coast. I'm here in right south of San Francisco. The beach is the west coast of San Francisco, and it feels like home to me. For those of you knowing me, you know that this is a place that is near and dear to my heart. I used to live here and study here, and it's always amazing when I'm back here. At the same time, we had this powerful new moon just yesterday. I can feel the energy now, kind of like, it was like, and then yesterday it felt like the bomb exploded, and I could see that in many of my clients' coaching sessions and also in personal experiences. And today, the energy is soothing again. There's more clarity. The bomb, so to speak, has exploded. Maybe you have found yourself in arguments with beloved people as well. Anyway, this is the current, the current thing that is most pressing for me that I want to share with you today. So when you find yourself in an argument with a beloved person, most of us have learned as children to become defensive, to protect ourselves. And we needed to protect ourselves because maybe our very caregivers became the menace, became the threat, so to speak. So if you have learned to kind of like self-protect, because maybe your parents talk to you not in a loving way, but in a way like they would take away their love. When we are children, we all learn, if our parents do not talk to us in a way, look, my darling, I love you. You are amazing and you are a living miracle and I'm so happy you exist. And at the same time, I would like to tell you that your behavior in this situation was not correct. So if every one of us would have been talked to in that way, I think we could see things differently. But as children, unfortunately, we learn that if we do things wrong, or if we did something that, upset one of our caregivers or even both of them, then most of the time, in what I observe in most of the families is that there is a take back in love, that the child is being punished, or it's being yelled at, or it's being even beaten. Even this is, you should never do that with your child, because this is, emotional violence is already hard enough. So if you are a parent, stay away from physical violence towards your children. Take a recul, sit back, realize that maybe your anger has nothing to do with your child. Every time that we are being triggered by someone, it is something that we have held inside that maybe then comes out. This is the experience I've had. So I will quickly share with you what I have experienced and what I have seen in many of my client sessions in similar experiences, what they have experienced as well. So you were, for example, sharing something. In my experience, it was like, so I wanted to do something with a beloved person, and this person didn't keep me updated. This person told me, okay, I'm going to call you then and then. And then this person did not call me. And I called, and then this person said, yeah, I have to wait until I get this and this information, and then I can tell you more. And so I waited and I waited, and I didn't get any clear information from that person. And at one point I called this person back, and then there was the partner of this person on the phone, and the partner said, yeah, that person will call me back and then and then and then. It's busy right now. And my friend did not call me back. And so I kind of got upset because I felt like there was clearly a lack of communication. And I also wanted to get ready, and I wanted to know what we are up to, if we are doing what I have suggested that we would be doing. Anyway, I did not get any clear information. And then I got a call from this person saying, okay, I'm on my way to you. And I was like, no, wait, I'm not ready yet. I have to get ready first. And then when we were sitting in the car together and we were driving to where we wanted to go, I told that person, look, what I felt this morning is that I felt a little bit like I was at your beck and call, and I would have appreciated more clearer information. I would have appreciated if you could have told me more clearly if you already were up doing that, so that I could have prepared myself, blah, 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 blah. When I said that to the person, boom, this person burst out into anger and told me everything that I have ever done wrong. And it was like, to me, it felt like I was in a wrong movie. I felt like I was being showered with blame. I was being showered with accusations. I was being showered with, words that felt like knives. Well, seeing that I was talking, and I made it clear to this person that I was talking about behavior and not about the person itself, whereas the person actually projected all that anger onto me. Everything that person has held inside was projected onto me. And I tried talking about it. I tried talking about, that the timing would not be right, that if that person really felt so upset about what I have done, why didn't it tell me? Why didn't it tell me? Why didn't this person ever come back to me and tell me, hey, listen, this and this, I didn't feel that was correct. I would have appreciated that and that and that in the future. That would have felt fine with me, And this is the way I communicate with everyone. And yet I felt like I was being showered with blame for things that I've even apologized already in the past, where I realized, okay, that was not fair to me. And so I called this person and I said, listen, I'm really sorry for that. I hope you can forgive me. It was not my intention to keep you waiting. And then that person has already said, oh, don't worry about it. It's fine. And yet all of that was projected back onto me. And so I found myself in what feels a little bit like a black hole. I didn't really know what to do. All I wanted to do in this moment is getting out of the car, never see this person again, never talk to this person again, and take care of myself, my own emotional well-being. So I tried soothing the situation several times. I got more blame, I get more accusations, and I realized, okay, let's just forget about it. And interestingly, that is the same situation that many of my clients have been going through. I had several sessions last week and then one yesterday. And it was interesting because what was brought to my attention was exactly that. How do you deal with people that treat you like an emotional punch ball for all their frustration? So if you've ever felt like you were in a situation like that, I invite you, do not go into the self-defensiveness. I have the tendency then to come back with my psychological side, telling this person that this is not the correct time. Like if this person felt upset with this and this that I did, why didn't it mention it immediately? this wouldn't help in such a situation. What doesn't help either is if you start yelling back at the person and throwing your emotional knives, so to speak, onto that person. That doesn't help either. And it also doesn't help if you become self-protective, if you feel like you never want to see this person again. What helps in this person, and this is one tool that I'm always teaching my clients, and I'm, invited to apply this with myself over and over again. And this is just sit with this person, sit with your friend, whoever it is that is blaming you or treating you, in your opinion, unfairly. If you have ever felt like a punch bowl for someone, if you feel treated unfairly, just sit back and reflect and then listen. Do not seek to be understood. Seek to understand the other person. That is one thing I want to tell you. Another thing I want to give you as a tip is, do not try to rationalize the situation. Remember that your brain is functioning in a linear way. Emotions, however, are quantic. Emotions are quantum. So deal with your emotional side, sit back from the linearity of things and just sit with the emotional side. And as I said, breathe as you listen to the other person. See yourself as this beautiful miracle, this living miracle light that you truly are, that we all are, even though we are upset. See yourself as such. Sit back, breathe, and then you can ask questions, because as I said, do not try to be understood by the other. This is what most of us that feel treated unfairly, we are seeking to be understood. I found myself even telling this person, all I want is that you understand me. No, try to understand the other person instead. Try to really listen and detach a little bit from your own, kind of like wounds or needs in that moment, and really try to listen to the other person. At the same time, hold your own emotions dear. Express your own emotions, not in a way that would hurt the other, but in a respectful way. And then listen to the other person. So one thing that I'm always giving as a big tip in such a situation, and maybe you can, I hope this is helping you as much as it is helping my clients and myself. Sit back and breathe. Many of us, including myself, yesterday when I found myself in this situation, I forgot to breathe. I held my breath. I was like so shocked about what this person was telling me, and kind of like showering me with all that held frustration that I felt it wasn't my responsibility. And so of course I wanted to get rid of that. And yet everything was brought upon me. And as I said, I was showered with that. So I held my breath. This is another thing that we should not do in such a situation, because this is how we are abandoning ourselves. When we are abandoning our breath, we are abandoning our own selves. So keep breathing, belly breathing, deep belly breathing. When you breathe in your belly, your belly goes out, becomes bigger, and when you breathe out, your belly becomes smaller again. It is pushing back to your spine. And then keep breathing, just slow belly breathing. And then listen to what the other person is telling you. And then take a moment to reflect, okay, have I really done this? Something was brought to my attention. Why do you never come into our house? And then this person made assumptions about my feelings. And that's something I told this person was not correct. It could have asked me directly, why? And so then I reflected, okay, have I ever invited them to my home? Have I ever invited them ever since I'm here? Have there been expectations maybe? Always seek to enhance your blind spot. Remember, in psychology, we have what is known to us and we have the so-called blind spot. Many of us, when we are in self-defensiveness or self-protection, we are acting out of our blind spot. And that is the spot, that is our emotions, that is the unconscious that we are not aware of, and yet it is very active. And every time we are feeling emotionally stressed, every time our glands are kind of like pushing out this cortisol, this stress hormone, we are being immediately put into fight or flight. Should I fight? And if I fight, do I fight with self-defensiveness? Do I fight with self-protection? Or do I come from a place of emotional understanding, of seeking to understand the other, seeking to understand both of us, actually, seeking to understand what is happening in the situation and then soothing it by asking powerful questions. Also, what I would suggest, if another person is coming at you and showers you with all that blame and all these accusations, do not try to bring any sense of constructive communication into this moment, because clearly the other person is not capable to see it right there. And it would just be a loss of time. It has helped me with my clients and it has helped them in certain situations, but most of the time when another person is really triggered and you want to soothe the situation, ask powerful questions. And that is how you start to understand the other person. This is something that I have, again, learned for myself, asking these powerful questions. Okay, is what this person is saying, is that really true? Where's the point in this? And then maybe, is it something that I have not done with this person? Most of the time we are bringing out what did one of my coaches always say? That was a brilliant thing. What seems to be missing is what you are not giving. Oh, what a wise phrase. What seems to be missing is what you are not giving. So when this dear friend of mine, blamed me yesterday and told me everything that this person was missing about me, or what this person would have wished me to be in that anger, whatever is missing is what you are not giving. So reflect, sit back in that moment, become aware that if you are being treated unfairly, or if you feel like you're being treated unfairly, most of the time what is missing, if that other person reflects something on you that you are not being for that person and that person would have needed, because my friend said to me, I really would have needed a friend this morning. I really would have needed a friend. And so I sat back and I reflected and I was like, what we are missing is what we are not giving. So maybe in that moment, this person was invited to be the friend that they needed. So always stay aware. And then when you have a moment to reflect upon that situation, sit back, close your eyes. Do not take anything personal. As soon as you start taking things personal, it will hurt. And as I said, you will start shooting knives back at your confrontational partner, the one that you were in debate with. This is not helping. What is helping, though, is that you keep breathing, deep, conscious belly breathing. See yourself as this beautiful light. See yourself held. See yourself as this beautiful, beautiful miracle of life that you are. And then take everything in from that space of being. reflect instead of react, act consciously instead of reacting with anger or blame back, or hurting the other person back. This is never helping anyone. So, and then just ask yourself, where can I learn about myself in this situation? And I definitely learned a lot thanks to what happened in this situation. And hopefully for all my clients that I talked to, you have learned a lot as well. And you are now better able to handle arguments, debates, emotional fights with loved ones in a better way. So let me know what you're taking away from today's video. It was a pleasure to connect with you. Forgive me that I have been out for a while. There was a lot going on my side. I also had some beautiful visiting times here in California with a dear friend of mine that I brought with me this time. And this person left yesterday. So I'm always with you. I'm always here for your comments. Again, let me know what you're taking away. Let me know what you would like, what you are seeking answers for in your current situations. And it would be my pleasure to talk about this in our next video. I have many more things to share with you, but in order to be respectful with all of our times, I'm gonna keep it short for today. So stay safe, take care of your beautiful self. Remember that this shift that we are going through, all of us on Mother Earth right now, is never easy. We are being invited to remember more about our quantumness, more about our light, more about the joy and the love that we truly are. And then also remember that those situations, if you ever had confrontations like the one that I had with my beloved friend yesterday, remember that everything is temporary and nothing is as hot as it seems right in that red hot moment, Take your time, reflect about things, and you will find answers. And if you don't find answers, I can take one more client into my schedule right now. You can find my information if you click on my name. And as I said, the first session is always free of charge. This would be a place where we get to connect, where we get to know each other and see if we are a vibrational match. So if that is something that you consider, as I said, I can take one more person up into my schedule right now. I'm looking forward to connect with you. I'm looking forward to hear all your comments. Thank you for all my subscribers to be here and to share this space with me and to be willing and ready to learn and to expand into your beautiful amazingness, into your beautiful, brilliant, luminous magnificence. And with that, take care, have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.